What is up, you guys? So today I had an interview, and let me show you guys. Let's see. Sure, you can see what I'm wearing. And so this is my makeup look that I came up with. So I'm getting in my car right now. It is now 2:30 and my interview is over. Everything went great. So I came to you guys with some tips on interview processes, and all the things that you guys will need to know and remember for. I didn't write anything down, but I do have some things on the top of my head that I want to say off bat. So I told you guys right now, it is 2:30. I got here at 1 o'clock. I got here in the parking lot at 1 o'clock. So I have been on my way ever since like 12 something, and my interview wasn't until 2 to 2:30 or around that time. So they told us like 30 minutes in advance to prepare. So you never want to get there too early. Like, you don't want to get there at 1 o'clock and go inside of the building, because they may be preparing or finishing up on interviews for someone else or that type of thing. So you want to give them the opportunity to finish up with other people and give other people their chance to shine. So that's one thing I want to say. So today I picked up this suit right here from the thrift store. I think I paid around $25 for this three-piece suit. I like it because all of it goes together. Sometimes you can wear three pieces that don't go together, like wear two different types of blacks or two different types of reds, and it just doesn't look right. I would always say the best thing to do is to go for black and white. Black and white looks the most professional to me. You can venture out and do some other colors, which would be perfect, but just kind of incorporate it in like a, just kind of incorporate it into like a black and white thing. Like, if you only want to do white clothes, or if you want to do a white suit and a black shirt, or if you want to do a white suit and just a solid color shirt, if you want to do black suit and a solid color shirt, or a black suit with other solid color things, that would look nice as well. So that always looks nice, black and another color, or just like a colorful looking shirt or something like that. That looks really nice. You want to keep your nail color to a minimum, and to a small short length. My nails right now are just my natural nails. Nothing are done to my nails, and I don't want to put any false nails on mine, because my nails, as you can see, they grow. But I have a little small disclaimer. I have the stomach virus and my stomach is really messed up right now. So I had to kind of steer away from too much of touching anyone or talking to anyone close, because I want to make sure that I don't spread it to anyone. And I have to make sure I take hand sanitizer and baby wipes, and I have to sanitize the area that I sit in or whatever. Not as effective as I was yesterday and the day before that, but I still have traces and symptoms of the fact that I still have the stomach virus. So I want to make sure that I don't pass that along to anyone. Make sure you always take your positive attitude into your interview process, because you don't want to be that one person who's in your interview looking like everybody around you is affecting you, like, oh my God, why haven't they started yet? Like, oh, I gotta be somewhere, because they just first of all, it just rubs negative energy off on everybody around you. And it's also, you in there for an interview, you want to make sure that you don't have anything to do afterwards, or that, whatever it is, that you have time to give them to give you an interview. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that the interviewing process is easy and it's fun, because it's never fun. Paperwork and writing all the time is never fun. Also, make sure that you get a good copy of your resume. I got me a good copy of my resume. This is what it looks like. I got it on resume paper. I don't want to put my information on here, so this is how my resume looks. It has my address, it has my phone number, it has my email address. It doesn't have any references, but on the bottom where it says for references, I do have at the bottom that it's available upon request. So if they need any references from me, that they can. So make sure you guys do that. It's always nice to have at least 2 copies of your resume, and like 2 copies of it on resume paper, and the other copies on just regular paper, just in case somebody randomly asks you for a copy of it and you don't have any or whatever. You always want to put it inside like a professional looking folder, and just something that they can say that, and just so it won't get greasy and things get on it. You don't want that. So yeah, that's good. When you're in your interview, you don't want to say a lot. What else? You guys always want to make sure you take a pen. I learned that at a very early age. I went into an interview process and I had a pen, but I was getting off the bus and something happened with some photos that I had. They were the only ones I had. So I went in there, left my pen on the bus. Now I don't have a pen. The guy who I interviewed with told me that I could not even fill the application out without the pen. He wasn't going to give me a pen, and I understand, and I can appreciate him for that now, because I know I make sure that I have a backup pen every time I go in for an interview. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much where I stand with that pen thing. Please don't hit my car. I was really close. Yeah, so backup pen. You want to make sure you have a pen for your interview. Also, with this same guy, he made me go out in the rain and go get a pen, because I was actually serious about filling the application out. I went to a store on the other side of the parking lot, Family Dollar, to purchase a pen so that I can actually have it. And when I came back with the pen, he looked so shocked and like, oh my God, and he hired me on the spot. Ever since then, he just had so many good things to say about me. I can always put him down as a reference in everything because of what I did. I made an impression on him, and another guy who worked there, I made a really good impression on him. And to this day, me and this guy are very, very good friends. Come to find out, me and this guy have the same birthday. And I really I kind of have helped him or guilted him into apologizing to me about making me go get a pen, because sometimes things get rough, but you want to always make sure that you prepare yourself for your interview, because other people can't prepare you enough. You want to make sure that whatever you have to do, because somebody may hand you a pen willingly, but they may also say, well, I don't want to hire this person because they came in without a pen. Do you want that to really be the reason why someone says that you can't come in or have a job because of a pen? One other it's kind of like if you go it's kind of like if you are going into, I don't know what I was about to say. I lost my train of thought. So sorry. Don't lose your train of thought of an interview, guys. Okay, also, some more important tips is to make sure you get here at least 30 minutes early. I told you guys that earlier, but I want to make sure that I kind of stress this fact. So earlier, I realized that I know that I have some errands to run. I had to go get a copy of my resume printed out. I had to go grab this suit from the thrift store, and then I had to get my makeup and stuff prepared so that I can go to this interview. I also had to make sure that I had gas in my car, because I don't want my car running out of gas on the way here. The last thing I want to do is to wait to the last minute to make sure I don't have gas. I was supposed to prepare for my interview the day before, but I wasn't able to do so because I was in the bed all day on bed rest, because I told you guys I have the stomach virus. I want to make sure I do that. Make sure you eat something that's very light before your interview. Make sure you research the company that you're trying to work for. Make sure that you kind of look online and see exactly what position that you're trying to get hired for. You need to know something about yourself, the experience of what you can contribute to the company, because that's always a good thing for you. You don't want to have lashes that are way too long, or you don't want to have makeup that's way too dark, or eyeshadow on that's too yellow. I mean, just make sure you look as neutral as possible. That's always a good thing. it's so many things that I wanted to talk to you guys about and to tell you, and now I just can't think of it because this interview that I just went into kind of threw me for a loop because I already work for this company, and I basically, in the middle of the interview, or in the middle of the I guess I can say just sitting there waiting, I decided to ask, because I probably would have still been in there, hey, I already work for this company and I want to kind of get an interview with someone who could, you know, possibly help me work in a different building or a different location, blah, 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 etc. Do you think it's beneficial for me to sit here and wait, or, you know, should I just go ahead and go and try to go about this another way? And he said, yeah, I don't think you should stay. I think that you should, you know, go ahead and go and leave. You can always do XYZ, blah, blah, blah. So that's what ended up happening with me in my interview. I did not, it was a complete fail, but not in a way where I feel terrible about it, because if I didn't come up here, I probably wouldn't have known. And in my head, I probably already knew, but I just wanted to just ensure that I still came up here because I was invited and everything. This is probably about maybe 30 minutes away from where I stay, so maybe a little longer than that. I don't feel bad because I didn't run into any traffic on the way here. Well, it was moving traffic. It wasn't terrible, but I was able to come without any issue. What's something else that I wanted to tell you guys? So I told you I woke up at 8 a.m. this morning. After I got up, I took me a nice bath. Make sure you practice really, really good hygiene. You want to make sure that you whiten your teeth. You want to make sure you brush your teeth. You want to make sure you floss. You don't want to have nothing in your teeth, or there's no bats in the cave while you're trying to talk to them. So make sure you clean your nose out good. If you got something in your ear, make sure you get that out, because that can be very distracting. Try not to put on perfume that's too loud, because that could possibly deter you away from getting an interview or getting a job. Sometimes people don't like that. It depending on what interview you're going out for, you might want to wear your hair back in a ponytail, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to pull my hair back in a ponytail, but because I was not able to prepare my hair last night, I decided to just go for what I have right now, because I want to make sure that my hair looks presentable when I came in here. Another thing is what was I about to say? I really lost my train of thought. It's so many important factors, guys, when you're going out for an interview, to just make sure that, one, you're a professional. Hence the black and white and the tie. I wanted to just go for something a little bit different. I wear a tie at I sometimes wear a tie at the console at my other job, so I thought it just looked really nice, so I decided to incorporate that in my outfit. So that's what I did. Really happy I went for this choice of outfit. Although, I didn't get a job today, I don't feel like I wasted my time. But for you guys, I want to make sure you know that I always keep a smile on your face. The worst thing to do is to go inside of an interview and have an attitude. Make sure you keep a pen. Make sure that you are professional. After I got up and I took a bath today, I kind of got my clothes ready. If you haven't clothes that you have not worn in a while, make sure that they're fitted. You fit them well. You don't want nothing, the buttons popping off, and you don't want nothing that just looks really gross and nasty. You don't want your back out. You don't want any really long braids. If you have some hair that you don't want to take out yet, it's just for an interview, just make sure you kind of pin your hair up in a way where it looks presentable. I'm not saying take your braids out that you just got. I'm not saying whatever it is. Try to make sure you go for a neutral color of hair as well. I'm not saying don't get highlights. I'm not saying don't do any of that, but just whatever you have, make it look real, make it look good, make it look presentable and nice. What else, you guys? Kind of drink some water before you have your interview, and make sure that you kind of exercise a little bit, because you want... Sorry, some cars over here that's distracting me, guys. Make sure you kind of exercise, because it gives you like some energy or some different positive energy. When I came here, I listened to John Gray on my radio, and I listened to him preach That's what I did to prepare my mind for my interview, and not just to prepare my mind, to just bless my car and bless everything around me. That's what I did. If you have allergies, 'cause just right now it's pollen season, you make sure you take your allergy medicine before, because you don't want to go in there sneezing and then touching stuff or somebody even hear you sneeze. I don't know if you guys like me. When I hear somebody sneeze, I get anxiety, like, oh my god, they get ready to sneeze on me, or they aren't getting ready to wash their hands, or whatever the case is. You want to just make sure that someone else is not thinking that you're unsanitary, because that's the reason why somebody probably would not want to do something to you either, because they'll be like, oh well, when they get in front of the people, they're going to do the exact same thing. So that's the type of thing that sometimes people be looking for. I had a really good advantage. I had a pretty good advantage of coming in here, because I've done interviews before, and I have done a lot of things for my company. I already work for the company, so I already know a few things about it. So that was the advantage that I had. Make sure you speak articulately, like, just kind of outspoken and just ready to tackle the world with your conversation. If someone asks you questions, the answer and what they're asking, but and a little bit more, but not too much. If it's not something they ask you, if they didn't ask you, don't answer it. You could be giving yourself away or telling someone something that may not be the right thing. So don't give them too much information. I also, at 10 a.m. I went to go take someone to the train station, so I wanted to make sure I left in time enough to do that as well. Anything you have to do before your interview that's going to keep your mind clear, do that. Because I had to pay my car note, and I don't have to worry about that. I had to do everything that I needed to do so that I make sure that my mind was clear for my interview. And I knew I had to stop at Office Depot to go get it, but you can stop at any place to go get a resume. If you guys are curious about, where you can go to get an interview, to get resume paper, you can go to Office Depot, you can go to Staples. You could also probably go to the post office to get prints if you don't want to get it printed on interview paper. Sometimes you just can't afford that. I know that I paid I want to say it was 50 cents for black and white paper. For black and white, and like 14 extra cents for resume paper or something like that. And I got 6 sheets of paper, 3 copies, it's 2 sheets each. So yeah, I paid like $1.94, less than $2 for 3 copies of my resume, which is still a lot, because I normally pay 10 cents a copy for, so with 6 pieces of paper, that would have only been 60 cents. So I still paid like 50, 60, 70 cents over what I would normally pay for just regular pieces of paper. But I wanted to invest in myself. I wanted to invest in my future, in my career. And so that's the reason why I did invest in, resume paper. Today it didn't make a difference. Because I have the stomach virus, I want to make sure I came prepared. So I went and got ginger ale. I had a little situation before I got here, so I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. Right now my stomach is feeling okay because I'm sitting still. But the moment I start moving around and doing all this type of stuff, that's when I, kind of get anxiety, like, oh, am I okay? I also went and got Powerade. I got a large Powerade. I got a couple biscuits from Popeyes. No, Church's. I got 2 biscuits from Church's because I wanted something like a little heavier to like soak up some of the fluids that was inside. And now I'm feeling, I'm feeling normal. I really wanted to go get my car like rinsed off today, because it seems like when I walked outside, when I walked outside, you guys, my car looked like I personally stole Mother Nature's man, and she decided to fight me with her pollen. Okay, my whole car is full of pollen, you guys. A little later on, after I went to the thrift store and after I came from Office Depot, I decided to stop at Church's to get the biscuits, and then I stopped at the gas station to get gas because I don't want to run out of gas on the highway, and after that I headed on over here. By the time it was like maybe 1 o'clock or something like that. So I have been sitting in this parking lot since like 1 something. It's 2:55 now, so it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm getting ready to go before traffic gets bad. I have to find another way that I can apply for this job that I want, other than what I'm doing right now. Also, if it's something like, if it's an event like this, you want to make sure that you know all the information before you go. You don't want to go into a place and not know any information. They ask you, did you already have fingerprints? Did you have a drug test? Or could you pass a drug test today? Or you don't want to go in there and not know anything. Sometimes you don't know what you're here for. It's sometimes like they call you and they say that you're here for, a drug screening, and you tell them that you don't know why you're here. Oh, I don't know. They just told me to come down here. Like, that doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys pay attention to why you're actually coming inside. Yeah. The reason why I started mentioning about the pollen is because I want to go outside, because I have on all black. All black really attracts everything. So as soon as you have, go outside, pollen and stuff is just sticking to your clothes and doing all that type of stuff. I did my makeup in the car, like maybe 5-6 minutes before I was supposed to run inside of the building. I did go in there at like, I want to say 1:45, or close to that area, and I was on time. They were still giving out interviews and doing what they're supposed to be doing, and me, specifically, I'm just excited about my journey, my new journey that I'm working on. I'm always looking for something better. I'm always looking for something. I always know why you guys apply for the position as well. You always want to make sure you know why you are here. Somebody's going to ask you why you want to work for their company. It may not be today or tomorrow or next year. It's going to probably be one day, and you're going to be like, this girl told me that someone's going to ask me why I want to work for this company. You want to always make sure you have an answer to that question. Why do you want to work for that company? Whether you have been looking at this company for a while, you've always dreamed about it, not something just to make you more money, but a different reason why you would like to work for this company. You can go to any company and make money, but why do you want to work for our company? So that's a question that a lot of times that you cannot avoid when you go to an interview. Also, you want to know whether it's an interview, whether you can wear flats or heels. I leave for the type of interview I had, as long as for my outfit it was okay for me to wear heels, but it would not have hurt for me to wear flats either. You know what I mean? You also want to make sure that you're not slouching in your interview. You don't want to like give out bad energy with your hands or body language. You just want to, make sure that you are doing everything you're supposed to be doing when it comes down to, your interview. You don't want to be like, oh, slump down, because that kind of kills the mood and the energy from one that, like, oh, well, I don't need to ask her any more questions because she doesn't want to be here. That type of thing. A lot of people I saw, they were ready to leave early. It wasn't even 2:30 yet. They were trying to give them the process about what they were going to have to do. I agree. It could be very frustrating trying to get a job somewhere, but you have to think about it. At this point, they don't owe you anything. The only thing that they're trying to do is to help you get hired somewhere. When you already work for the company, it's a 2-for-2 thing. I'm doing something for you. I'm rendering you a service. You're rendering me a service. And you're paying me for the service that I am rendering for you. So that's what is going on with that. Make sure you guys don't make people feel like they owe you anything. Nobody owes you anything. When you go into the interview, make sure you go in there with a clear mind and a clear heart, because also arrive a little bit earlier than you're supposed to, so that you'll know where you can park at. Sometimes they don't have parking spots for you. I hate to say it, but in some buildings like this, you just don't have parking. And if it's a whole lot of people who's coming in to interview for the same position as you, you don't want to be the last person on that in that line, because just imagine being the last person. Like, if they don't start till 2 o'clock or 2:30, and you're the last one that's on the list out of 30 to 40 people, you're going to be the last one that they interview. And then you want to make sure you go to the right place. Excuse me. You want to make sure that you go to the right place. That's very, very important. You go in the right building, in the right suite and everything, but you in the wrong place. That could set you back again. And you're letting other 5 people get in front of you. Again, I'm having some digestion issues right now, you guys, so I'm kind of going to cut this video short. I guess the stomach virus is kind of still getting to me, but I have to work 16-hour shifts tomorrow and Sunday. Today is Friday, and I do have to work the double shift today and tomorrow and Friday. I hope you guys do well on your interview. I hope these tips that I gave you helped. I know I was all over the place with this. I was going somewhere completely different with my interview content, but I got thrown off because I got on the phone right before I started. You always want to make sure that whatever you do before your interview is something that's reflecting you positively. And I mean that in the most respectful way. I mean, like, don't put on music that is gonna put you in a relaxed mood, or don't put on music that's gonna put you in like a really overhyped mood. You know what I'm saying? You want to be happy. Oh, and jewelry. These are the earrings I chose to wear. These are a little bit too much as well. I like to be a little classy and a little cute and little, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of everything. When I go to my interview, I want to be cute too. But you also want to make sure you know why you're there. You want to make sure you know that you're trying to be professional and not just being sexy. You're not just wanting to be this or want to be that. You also want to make sure that you are there to represent yourself and represent the company that you're going to be working for. So these are some simple earrings that I wore. You can wear pearls, or you can wear like studded earrings, earrings like that. But try not to wear any like large hoops or anything that's going to be bigger than a quarter size. Or I'm having some really bad digestion issues, you guys. You don't want to complain a lot like I'm doing right now. If you wear glasses, you want to make sure that you can see, because you know. And when I was telling you guys earlier about the ponytail, you pulling your hair back, sometimes these hairstyles like I have right now, I have my hair like this. It's not presentable for the position that you are trying to apply for. So you don't want to, you know, give off that vibe. You know what I mean? You don't want to put that, you don't want that vibe out there in the atmosphere. So try to be as professional as you can, be as positive as you can, and just be ready for your interview. Overall, have fun and just try to relax and be yourself. Take some deep breaths, listen to some music, have you a hot bath, think, don't think. Whatever you got to do to get your head in the place where you need it to be for your interview, that's what you should do. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great one. Have a great day. You guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed these interview tips. Bye.